uh, VPN question mark. So now it has been removed, right? So it has been removed. So right now I'm using 0 VPN and Python. Starting 0 to 500. Just I'm using 2. Suppose if you can use that, you can use VPN 10 and VPN 20 also we can use. In my scenario, I'm using VPN 0 and your VPN 20. And same thing here also I'm giving in my vSmart.
Then that 100.1.1.3, right? IP address.
Uh,
VBON.
yes,
So that you have configured near VBOund ETH0, right?
yes.
It is not directly connected, right?
Which one? Each 0.
You're telling that VBOund is in that network by that line. VBOund 100.1.1.3.
See, so now what is the logic here is, see,
Uh-huh.
this is interface which is connected to the switch. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
these all devices should communicate via this switch only, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we are giving the IP address 100.1.3, 1.2, 1.1 because
Mm.
it should be the same network. And why we are giving this, these V-bound interface with no interface? I think I will do this command. So we can see uh, 0. So
Your voice
As a
is
voice
breaking.
breaking.
sorry,
Voice is breaking.
so voice is breaking. Let me increase. So I'll increase my pitch, yes, my high volume. Let's see. Now I am audible, right? I
Yes,
think
Taj.
now it's clear, right? So what I'm trying to explain you guys here, okay, the VPN vSmart, okay, no interface, Ethernet 0, okay, but I'm giving the IP address for the Ethernet 1. This is for 0, this is for the 1. So here, I have to give Ethernet 0 because I have connected 0, right? I'm giving for this device.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving for this device and interface IP address. First, what I will do, so no interface Ethernet 0. Okay. So then what I will do, I will go to the Ethernet 0. Okay. Because so it has connect. You can see the page topology. So no interface Ethernet 1. Okay. Interface Ethernet 0, because there is a no interface Ethernet 0, because it must be activate only one interface, because as per my scenario, guys, so I have not connected any interface for Ethernet uh, 1. You can see the topology, right? You can see here. Okay, so I have connected each 0. Okay, but there is another interface, so they will think that it has connected for any other site. So that's the reason I'm giving this command, no interface each one. Okay, that's the reason. So because this is a very smart device, they will think that this is one more side connected. So if you give this command, okay, so no interface, each 0 means it understands. So there's no connectivity between this interface. Then we have to give this IP address. Okay, so what I'm doing now. Okay, so now I'll enter the Ethernet 0. I'll give the IP address. I'll give the class C IP address 192.168. So I'll give 1.2/24. Okay. So then give no shut. Okay. Then I think tunnel command now it will work. So it has to do the tunnel interface. and allow all the services. Because this is not a real device, okay, this is a virtual device. So let them allow all the services so that we will not have any interruption. Okay, then SSH, we also allow SSH or net config, also allow then exit. So let me configure this for VPN 0 IP route, 0.0.0, any mask. Okay, so go via 100.1.1.100. Okay, common for all because this is a gateway for all. Okay, so there will be common. Now we have to create one more VPN, that is Python. Okay, VPN 512. Okay, so it is 0. For one interface, I am going to give the create the two VPN. I am going to map with the two VPN, 0 and 1. So give this IP address for this. So this might be 192.168.1.2/24. Okay. So give now shut down. So commit and quit. Okay. So this is a done of the list. Exit. Show configuration. Check the configuration. So for Python we have configured with this. Okay. We check one more command is full configuration. Okay. So this is a list of command what we configure, right? So we allowed, we have changed the organization name and vbound IP address. Okay, and the system IP is 2.2.2, site ID is 5, host name is vsmart1. Okay, the administrative password, I have changed the password. Okay, that's what we have given. So services, we have allowed all the services. So the each 0 with this IP address, we have configured with the default routing. And same for your VPN 512 site. This has your 1.2. Okay, because all sites should be communicated with the one single IP address. So VPN 12 as well as the VPN 0, they should use only one IP address to reach to the internet. Okay, for the same, so that's the reasons. So I have given the same IP address. Okay, so now thing is these two guy has been configured is done. The problem with this my vManager switch, I don't know why it's not coming up. Account log due to the 15 times failure. Because this is a very important device. Until unless we configure this, we can go ahead. Or else we have to switch to the data center devices. Let's see, we'll try. If you're not getting this, let's jump to the other lab. Time out. I need to check in EVNG website about this issue. The document says that the password is admin and capital A admin, that's it. Prompt to check a new password, that's it. Otherwise, Next lab is this, how to go for the data center switches. Maximum number of tries exceeded. So it's going to accept not more than 24 times. Okay, so I think I have to check with the EVNG these things. Suppose if you open your Eve website, if you check the documentation part, so support EVNG names and password. So here we can check, guys. Let's check the Cisco VPN number. Cisco SD-WAN. Let's check the password. What I'm seeing, guys, please see that documentation, like what things we can do. It should be same. So if you check here, it will be directly Vivo 1920 because all image default login password is admin. It's correct what we are giving. Currently we are giving, otherwise it is not. So this is the procedure, guys, how to add the image files to the EVNG. You can use this Linux command, so all the image files will be pushed to your EVNG. So then you can able to use the command. The command should be the same thing, like admin. So if it is locked, what we should do, we need to check that. In deployment, upload and download the image files. After deploying, go to the location, domain, deployment of victim or vSmart. Flipside, they only manage, we are facing problem. This part, we are only this part password must be given. So this we are currently we are giving. Why this guy try exit? Accounts locked. Because tool topology, what we have done is we have done with this configuration. Only we need to do this configuration, then we can access your GUI base. That's it. This is the lab. Okay. So what I will do, guys? So let's jump to the data center devices. Okay. So meanwhile, I will try to explain these issues by tomorrow, rather than we are wasting the time here, because taking such a long time. It's showing some issues, as you know that, right? So this all things we are configured here. Only the we manage is very important device. I don't know why it's. Let's try this last time. Upload log. Okay. So let's stop these devices, guys. So taking such a long time, showing some issues. I'll try to escalate this. I'll stop these all nodes. Okay. So let's jump to the your this thing, guys. Data center switches. So where I'll show you some basic configurations of the Nexus switches. These all are your Cisco data center devices. So let me close this lab. So let me create the new folder. Cisco data center lab. Okay. So let me create the new tab. Nexus 7K lab. Let's start with the 7K. So let me take my laptop. So yesterday I was talking about the PT guys. Do you remember? About the Nexus devices. What are the features for Nexus devices?
Technology, sir.
Hmm? Yes. Which,
Networking, server,
whichever.
storage,
Okay. Good. Go ahead.
and security.
Okay. Anything else?
No, sir. In that subdivisions are there.
Okay.
In networking, we'll use LAN, WAN, and SAN.
Mm-hmm.
And then in security, firewall. In storage, FCOE.
Okay. Good. Very good. Then.
Then in servers, we'll use the blade servers and UCS charging.
Good. Any other guys? Do you remember yesterday I told many things about the commands. Anybody remember, guys? Let me check what is the password for this. Let me open my any Nexus Cisco Nexus Titanium. I'm not take. Let's take Titanium or Nexus 17. Let's take this Titanium. So let's take 4 GB of RAM. Titanium finally DVD. So let's take this latest system. This is 17. Okay. So this is the image. So let's start with the basic. I don't give any correction because in one device, one box, so we can learn many things. So let's start with this device. Okay. So then I'll open this. I think these people. Let's start booting this. This is the data center switch, guys. It's like same thing your catalyst switch, guys. Your cat switches. Okay, what are the things you configured? Because tomorrow also I'm going to repeat the lab. Okay, which are the SD-WAN. Okay, I'll try to explain that issue. At the same time, even I will use this Nexus device also. Okay, we'll configure some basic configurations of your data center devices. It's a very big device, guys. So it has read the today's Wednesday, 12th October 2022. Let me check what is the password for this Nexus. Okay, title admin. For Python, I think we are using this one, right? Okay, so admin password. Let it boot completely. The configuration same what saving, okay, almost all same command. There's no much difference. How to assign the IP address. Only thing is we have to enable the feature. Okay, so now he has asked us to log in. Okay, so when you log in, so working admin. So let's ask the password. And these guys show somewhere. This is not the channel. Yes, this guy has allowed us to configure now. We can see this is the Nexus switches. We check show version, same command what we are doing. You can see, right? This is our Nexus data center switches, guys. Okay, version 7.3. Okay, so this booting image 5. Okay, that operating system, Nexus operating system file name is your titanium d1 kickstart sign.p.0 d1.1.bin file. Okay, so this is the file. Using that, it's going to boot the file. Okay, so this is how to check the version. Same thing, how we configured previously in basic configurations. Here also we can configure same command. Like suppose if you have to check show interface brief. Okay, so we can see this all the commands. List of interfaces. Right, you can see these tons of interfaces, right? A lot of interfaces are available. Right now I'm not connected. So once I'm done with the basic configuration of this switch, so then we'll use two switches, then we'll create the VLAN, then we'll create the SPI, then we'll create this VRF. Yesterday I was talking about the VRF. Okay, so then we'll do some VXLAN in data center, how we are going to configure in uh, Nexus OS. Okay, this is 7000 series switch. Same thing, the basic command what I have explained, configure terminal. Okay, same thing you can give this host name. Okay, so host name I can view Nexus switch 1. Okay, so immediately it's going to change. The process is very high, guys. This the process is very huge. And same thing, we can write do write command also it works. Or else we can use do your copy, sorry, copy, okay, copy to running to startup configuration. Here. So we should give completely. So then it's going to save your command. So copy is done because right now we are not configuring anything, nothing to save it. Because one more thing important thing is you should remember that the banner command for this Nexus device is important. So in the data center, the devices may be hundreds and thousands of devices are available. The other reasons giving the banner for this device based on that they'll find out this belongs to the which switch and which data center it is connected. Okay, the command is very simple. Just give the banner. So we can give any name. I'll give welcome to entity data center. Can give mod date. I'll give using hash. Can give so welcome to entity data center. Data center RE, right? Data center 101. Okay, so like this we can able to do. At the last we just data center switch 101. Like this will give us. Okay, to identify.
Sir, banner ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ?
To identify which switch it is, because if you check, if you enter into any data center, you can find some thousands and some lakhs of devices. If you go and check, I'll show you. Show banner. Okay. Show, I think show banner more. You can see this switch belongs to which data center. That how do you
What
identify?
is that MOTD?
That is display on the screen. I think long form I forgot it about this. Just for identification of the device for banner. Okay.
Raj, in Nexus switches also, it's like almost similar to that of normal switches only, no? The commands.
Yes, it's almost the same command, no difference.
Then
Even
what
you can
in
see, even if you configure T, Okay, you want to configure router, say OSPF, right?
Oh.
It's not allowing, right? So we have to give feature, okay, give the question mark. So what you want to going to configure? If you configure feature OSPF, okay, feature grace period is disabled, right? So feature is set. Uh, we can take command. We can give this
Sir, enable feature OSPF.
enable.
Feature OSPF.
No, it's not enable. Here it's not enable. So here feature, okay, give the question mark. So you give the OSPF, okay. So then give the question mark and feature OSPF. The break is talking about your feature grace period is disabled. We have to enable this. Okay, so I think let me check the command to enable this. Now we can be able to configure this router. Router OSPF handling or any process. Same command. I'll check this command. We have to enable the grace period because so it will give 90 days or 120 days. I think grace period. Within that, we can configure the basic configuration of your Nexus device. We can configure. Okay, so let me check this in. That is your license. Okay, so license grace period and enter. I think it will show you some message. Now we have to do feature OSP. Okay, so now we can see it has given 120 days. I told you, right? So LAN interfaces. Now it has down to 190 because today it has calibrated. So 190 days they have given grace period. So after that also we can use the same command. We can use it. It will be shut down after 190 days. You can see, right? So now I think you can able to configure your OSPF, router OSPF. So now it is allowing, right? You can give the number, maximum is 20, we can give, so I'll give OSPF 1. Okay, it will take the same configurations. The same thing, network, start doing the configuration. Everything is same. There is no difference like what are the commands you are using in catalyst switches. Same thing, time zone also we can able to configure. And I don't want to explain this time zone. If you want only to explain, just set the clock rate. Okay. So clock, your time zone. The time zone will be depending upon like how you are going to configure. If you do the question mark, if you do the word time zone such as PST, MST, CST, VST. So maximum size is 8. So any idea about these guys? PST, MST, CST, EST? It's a time zone for different countries. They are set. So how to give means if I give ESD, so give EST -5 has given some format to give this. If you set the timings, maybe I think -5 might be, I think it might be 7 o'clock UNI. Eastern time zone. To check show clock. Sorry. You can see, right? So one more thing, you guys. No need to give do show here. You can give directly. Show clock. It will show you, right? Wednesday, EST time is 2 o'clock, 2:34. So that is a time zone how to configure this. Same thing for even we can give your date, time, month, and year. Also, we can able to configure. If you check show clock details, it will show you the same details. Show clock or show clock details. You're following, guys? Guys, are you
Raj,
there?
Nexus switches part, can you like kind of do it once again? The commands. I wasn't able to follow the commands part.
So let me the commands Nexus switches. Guys, this is a very high demand in the market, guys. Data center switches, Nexus, because don't think that these switches are only used in data center. No, it is also used in layer 3 core layer in almost all maximum organization in the world. Okay, don't think that these Nexus switches are only used in data center. It is also used for enterprise networks, small companies also they are using it. Because the capacity and the details is very huge. If you type show flash, if you type the DIR, you can see the capacity of this operating system has got very huge feature. The ports, you can see a lot of ports. I think the physical device yesterday I showed, right, how it look like. Do you remember yesterday?
Yes, Taj.
Not right. Okay. Now if you check this, if you want to check show users, also we can use show users. Right now admin, only one guy is there, so we can create the user. So that we shall discuss later, because creating account, the user, so user passphases. So right now the commands, what are the commands I told you? Okay, the same command which we are using in Catalyst switches. Please remember this. Okay, show IP interface brief. You can see interface, show interface. Okay, there is no IP here, just show interface. You know that this is a list of interfaces are available. Suppose if you type show VLAN, okay, there is no VLAN exists here. Show VLAN brief. Okay, so nothing all are active, but only one VLAN is there. But as you notice here, so all ports are not resides in VLAN 1, because we can see a lot of commands, right? The list of interfaces are available in this device. The list of interfaces, your Ethernet interfaces.
So, since all ports doesn't reside on VLAN 1, where do they be? What's the default VLAN for everything? VLAN 1 only?
First understand, this is, you can see, notice here, first I repeat this command. See, this is E2/1, okay, up to 12, 13, 14, up to 24, 34, yeah, 48. This is one switch, one physical switch, okay. Then 3.1, 3.1.2, okay, 3.48 is one more switch, which is mounted in the rack. This in chassis. In 7000 series Nexus switches, these all are mounted. That's the reasons all the ports all cannot be reset in VLAN 1, like your Cisco IOS switches, Catalyst switches.
Okay, Taj. So it's basically like Nexus switches are like it's a collection of multiple switches in simple.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if it's a collection of multiple switches, let us say for each Ethernet, 3, 4, and all that, uh, what will be the default VLAN per switch?
You have to create.
Okay,
You have to create. So
it's
how you want?
customizable.
customize one. Okay, so I think I'll show you one more command. Show configure.
Also, what will be within the default VLAN which you had given? Any particular switch?
Suppose show VLAN brief. Okay, the VLAN one is there by default. Okay, is active. Okay,
But no ports.
no port has been assigned yet. Okay, so that we'll do one by one. So one by one we'll do it. So let me go to other some commands because this is very interesting, guys, because for your data center switches, so where you can create a lot of commands, the capacity is very huge. Okay, even you can create your VLANs, your routing protocol, okay, your BGP, all routing protocol, and your switching configuration and your security. Okay, the capacity is very huge. As we can see, so it has got the 4 devices which is mounted. You can see, right, each 4. Okay, it starts from each 2, 2, 3, and 4. Means 3 switches is mounted. Right. So let me go to global configuration mode. Okay, let me create VLAN 100. Okay, so I will give name. So name I will give entity. Okay, suppose if you type show VLAN brief. Okay, so we can see now it is created the VLAN 100. So how to assign the ports here?
Interface.
Anybody?
Interface Ethernet, whatever that Ethernet number is.
Okay.
No.
Interface.
Interface range.
Interface range. Okay. Let me check the question mark. So here is talking about the port channel we can configure, Ethernet, loopback, management, and breakout. So we take Ethernet, then slots. So which slot number you want to use? So I will use Ethernet starting from 2, right? Can you see? Okay, 2, 2. I will use 1, 2, 5. Is it okay? It's not like that. We should not use the range here. In catalyst switches, how we are using range, right? Guys, are you there?
Yes, Taj.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You're
Taj.
following, guys? Okay. Please listen, guys, because it's very interesting. Because I learned many things about data centers. The basic command, because when I was working for data centers, so we don't use these commands because we use the OTV and different concept where we connect from different data center configurations and checking the links. Okay, and we keep on, because remember, guys, always most of the network engineers job role most be on the switches, not on the routers. Remember this. Routers only one time you are going to configure it. Okay, then at least I think you will be checking like what are the things you configure on the router. That's it. The most of the job will be on the switches, right? Switches is one which is connected for your entire network for your organizations, right? Okay, so what is the next job now? Switch port. What I should do? Switch port mode access. Error. Request change configuration not allowed. So what we should do? Is asking switch port mode access because he's not allowing to do your access port.
Taj, we need to give that this thing the 802 that Are we supposed to give that first and then give the mode access? No.
I think feature enable.
ಸರ್ ನೀವು ಫ್ಯಾಬ್ರಿಕ್ ಪಾತ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಕೊಡೋದು? ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮೋಡ್ ಫ್ಯಾಬ್ರಿಕ್.
That is for right now we are dealing with only Ethernet port. Okay, if it is a fiber channel port, okay, for that we have to give the switch port mode fax. If you check here, let me check this one. This LDP. Suppose if you go and check, okay, go to interface Ethernet 2/1 2/1. Okay, if you check switch port, okay, switch port, only one interface is not accepted. We have to give the range. Okay, so I will give this up to 10. Okay, switch port. Okay, mode. Okay, we can give .1Q tunnel. Or else we can give switch port mode. I think fax is not working here. We need to enable the feature for this fax. Means fabric extender, because you know fabric extender we cannot use a command because it is a Nexus 7000 series switch. Fine, because this fax command can be applicable. So when we are using the year, especially Nexus 2000 series and 5000 series switch. Okay, this is a high-end switch what we are operating on. Okay, switch port mode access. Give the question mark. So showing this error. Request configuration is not allowed. I think this is this thing virtual device. You should take. I don't know why it's not taking. Switch port mode. I think trunk. If you take the trunk is not taking. If you got such type of error, guys, so what we do means, so when I was studying, what I will do means I will copy this command and put it in Google. This is how I used to do. Paste this entire command. Let me read out. It will show you this how to configure interfaces on Nexus 7000 series. What is VDC? VDC means your virtual device context. So how to configure? Okay. If you check this, how to create the VDC. I don't know if the VDC command will work here. So VDC core, VDC virtual device means just VDC is nothing but just creating the VLAN. I don't know if this command will work here. So router. So in routing, I think we have enabled only the via OSP. So same thing you can configure for your feature. Okay, BGP. Now we can configure your BGP. Same thing. How to enable feature. Okay, and one more this protocol. Like this, all list of protocol we can. EAGRP also is there. You can see DSCP. Means what are the protocol services you want to use, you should enable it. Right? For inter-VLAN. So enable your inter-VLAN. If you want to use the inter-VLAN, so you should enable your inter-VLAN. Okay, if you want to use HSRP, you should enable it. For every services, you must use it. You must enable it. So let's enable port security private VLAN. Okay, I think we should enable the private VLAN. Okay. Okay. So one more service will feature enable. Beyond we can configure RIP also. And one more good thing is that it also support your iOS privilege level. where we are going to configure the telnet from your catalyst switches. Okay, we are going to configure your catalyst switch. You understand? Because that operating system is different and this operating system is different. So how do they communicate? Because this is the latest technology. So that's the reasons these also features they have already enabled. So one more thing is inter-VLAN. Yeah, so this feature also will enable it. Feature inter-VLAN. Okay, then feature inter-finished VLAN. The fabric. Okay, this also issue we can enable it. Okay, BGP already we enable it. Okay. Feature okay, so again we have the option axis and multicasting. So I'm getting recall on my all previous command I used. So fabric, you want to use it just as axis or you want to use for multicasting. So I want to use for multicasting. Okay. Suppose if you type show feature, okay. As you can see, this is a list. I think you can able to which are the things we enabled. We have enabled BGP and EHRP we are not yet enabled, and we have enabled inter-VLAN and we have enabled this all, but still it is not running. It's showing right. OSPF we enabled and OSPF version 3. It is IPv6. We are not yet used. Okay, one more we enabled provide VLAN and we enable SSL server by default. It is by default it is on. Okay, so this is how just what are the services you want to use. Okay, you must enable the feature, then you have to use it. It's not like that your Cisco Catalyst switches, so directly we can use it. So here is not like that. So what is the reason, guys? Why they have made like this? Even VTP also. Can you see VTP? Any idea? I think you know, right? VTP. Do you remember? Guys, are you there? You are feeling hungry or what?
We are feeling hungry,
We are
Taj.
here.
Okay. I'm asking why they have made like this in Nexus switches because of the security, guys. Please remember. Because of the security, so they have made like this. Okay. So this is how, because everybody, if it is default is enabled, so anybody can able to access it, right? The reason like they configure as they want. If anybody your device is hacked, okay, they can configure as per their requirement. Because of just security, there might be chances for any security breach, especially for inside your organizations. So any idea how to create sub interface?
Sir, same as catalyst switch.
So can you give the command interface? I will take
Oh.
input 2/1.
Dot
Uh, you want to see the interface?
100, sir. We have given VLAN 100.
Okay. I want to create sub interface. How do I?
interface,
Okay.
ether,
Okay.
that, or
Then
2/ something.
2/1 first
Huh.
port I'll take. Then
Dot 100.
why 100?
VLAN. We have created VLAN now.
What VLAN we have created 100, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now sub
IP
interface
address.
and we can give the IP address. So let's check. I'll do 192, 168, 100. Okay. So you must give the your subnet mask here. Okay. So give no share. Same command.
So there we have used encapsulation dot 1Q.
Hmm.
Oh, why we have used that?
Encapsulation of it. See what is the encapsulation, guys? So it will hide the data, like it will encrypt, it will, and as you know that why you're creating your encapsulation means encapsulation are used for the trunk link where multiple VLANs will be traffic will be flow onto the link. That's the reason we are making the encapsulation dot 1Q.
Okay, sir.
Understood? I'll
Yes,
explain
sir.
very simple. See, first thing is, when you connected any two links, okay, when you connect the two links, okay, we are making the trunk link. Why? Because, in above switch and bottom switch, okay, we are creating some 5 VLANs here, 5 VLANs here. So how these VLAN will get communicate to that link, right? To that trunk link, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. For that, why you are making encapsulation dot 1Q means, okay, it will enable for to carry your multiple VLAN traffic in the one single link.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Show VLAN brief. So we can see it's showing one VLAN is active. So now no ports has been assigned. So now no port has been assigned. So how to assign? Can we check now? Okay, go to sorry, interface Ethernet 2/1. I will go okay for VLAN 100. Sorry. One more command I want to show here. Show history. Okay, show history is not available. Feature. Feature history means it will show you what are the command we using. You can repeat the same command. Feature history. We'll check later. Interface Ethernet 2/1. Okay, so let's check. I want to assign the some ports to that VLAN 100. Okay, so that is your switch port. Then the question mark here. So it's not giving the switch port access, dot 1Q host, private VLAN. See guys, so this is, do you remember I enabled these all features. Basic features is default is available. So now I want to make this port as a access port, okay, for the VLAN, which VLAN? VLAN 100. Okay. So now if you show VLAN brief, okay, as we can see, now port has been come up. Guys, are you following that?
Yes, sir.
What time do you want to go for lunch? Or shall I continue for another 30 minutes?
Taj, lunch.
Okay. Please on your camera, all are sitting in the classroom or different place. Because I'm not using the office laptop, I'm using my personal laptop. All you came today office, right?
Yes,
Yes,
Taj.
Taj.
Okay, good. What about our Pavitra, Rida, Rufaya?
I'm there, my son. Everyone's here.
You're sitting in the training room or a different location?
Training room.
So you are not getting any echo sounds from your side?
No, Taj.
Okay. And what about this thing guys? Uh, because there is a problem with office laptop. I need to check this one. Just to check. Okay. Uh, I hope you understood, guys, what I explained about the data center switches. It's similar, same like your Cisco Catalyst switch. You understood, Rukhaya? Rida, are you there?
Yes. Yes, Taj.
You want me to explain once again this command? How to assign the ports? Just I have assigned only one port. What about if you want to take some 5-6 ports? So 2/225. Okay. Switch port, the access. What we should do? Just give VLAN 100, which we have created. So as you know, it's showing some error. So configuration rejected interface is not a switch port. Okay. So what we should do first, we have to tell that these all 5 ports are 2, 3, 4, and 5. These all 5 ports are switch port. Okay. Then we have to assign for the VLAN 100. Okay. Now if you check, show VLAN brief. Okay, you can see this all 5 ports has been assigned to your VLAN 100 by name entity. It has been assigned. Understood, guys?
Yes, Taj.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So after lunch, we'll what I will do. So I will take one more Nexus switch. Then I'll start configuring from other lab. Okay, how to create the VDC all of that, VRF, VDC all of that. Okay. We can stop recording.